Chapter 3. Boredom as the mother of innovation and stupidity. And in the absence of purpose, the mind wandered, and finding nothing to do, it did something anyway. The Book of Indifference, 3:1. There is a particular kind of boredom that only appears once you've stopped feeling guilty. Not the restless boredom of waiting in line, and not the panicked boredom of someone who thinks they're falling behind. This is the quiet kind, the Sunday morning kind, the kind that arrives when there is coffee, but nowhere you need to be. Nothing urgent, nothing pressing, nothing that requires you to improve yourself before noon. Gen X knows this boredom well. It's the boredom of sitting on the couch a little too long, of staring at nothing in particular, of letting the morning stretch out without asking it to justify itself. Modern culture is deeply suspicious of this state. It sees boredom as a malfunction, a failure of stimulation, a sign that you should reach for your phone, a podcast, a plan, or a project, something to fill the space. But boredom is not empty. Boredom is what happens when the mind is left unsupervised. And an unsupervised mind will always, eventually, start poking at things. Not productively, not efficiently, not responsibly. It will ask strange questions. It will connect ideas that have no business being connected. It will replay half-remembered thoughts and then mutate them for no reason at all. This is where innovation comes from. Unfortunately, this is also where stupidity comes from. The same mental environment that produces insight also produces conspiracy theories, bad tattoos, and at least one idea per decade that feels brilliant until about 5 minutes later. This is the risk of boredom. There are no filters here, no quality control, no internal editor clearing concepts for release. Ideas arrive as they are. Some are useful, some are ridiculous. Some feel important simply because they won't go away. Gen X grew up in this space. We were bored constantly, spectacularly, without rescue. And because of that, we have learned something subtle. If you leave your mind alone long enough, it will entertain itself. It will invent games. It will build worlds. It will imagine futures. It will replay conversations that never happened and solve problems no one asked it to solve. Not because it was trying to be creative, but because it had nothing better to do. This is why boredom scares people now. Stillness removes external instruction, and without instruction, the mind reveals its true nature. Playful, chaotic, non-linear, and occasionally profound. This is also why modern systems hate boredom. Bored people do not consume efficiently. They do not follow funnels. They do not optimize well. A bored person might just think. And thinking, unscheduled and unmanaged, is dangerous. So boredom has been rebranded as something to fix. We are told to cure it, eliminate it, outsource it to content, productivity, and constant engagement. But boredom is not a disease. It is an environment. And environments shape what can emerge inside them. When you stop trying to be productive, ideas don't arrive because you summon them. They arrive because nothing stopped them. That's the part no one likes to admit. Insight is not always earned. Creativity is not always disciplined. Sometimes a thought just shows up because the door was open. This is deeply inconvenient for systems built on effort, merit, and measurable input. It suggests that meaning can appear without permission, that ideas do not require justification, that not trying might still produce something. Not something useful, not something marketable, just something. And once that something exists, you are faced with a choice. Interrogate it, optimize it, turn it into a project, or simply notice it. Most of the time, Gen X chose the second option. We noticed the thought, we let it sit. We didn't rush to turn it into a personality. Sometimes it went nowhere. Sometimes it quietly rearranged how we saw things. And sometimes, years later, we realized that a moment of boredom had planted something that had changed everything. Not because it was brilliant, but because it was allowed. Huh, that's new. No notes.